this game, I'm going to be playing Monkey, 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 Monkey. Because Gibraltar is very good for dive heroes and heroes that are able to get to the high ground easily. And because everyone just wants to play DPS. It's not like I don't remember exactly how this game goes. This is the second day since I recorded this gameplay. I think we do end up rolling them pretty hard here. But we'll see. So it does look like I do dive the Mercy because she's the one that can heal relatively easily. I dive a little deep, but since we are in gold, I don't really get punished at all. And I'm able to kill the Anna. This is a pretty good trade because that's their biggest healer for their Ryan Zarya comp. And Ryan Zarya don't work well with just Mercy. I'm diving the back line so that my front line can bully the Reinhardt, which is exactly what happens. After that, it's just clean up. The team falls apart without their Reinhardt. I didn't want the Mercy to get out. And I do hold on Monkey, which isn't the best play. But it does get us a little time, I guess. I notice McCree is by himself and punish it by dropping down and blocking off his retreat with Bubble, which is what Bubble's great at doing. I see the Mercy again, and she's already dead. So I go for McCree again. I do end up just running away because he's or I guess I don't. I guess I go for him. Poor McCree. At this point, we're just playing a very dive-heavy comp. And Ryan Zarya just doesn't work for that. You're not able to do anything. Like, who are you going to attack? We did try to push that, and we end up getting punished really hard because the Mercy was able to keep the soldier alive. I think about switching here, but I think I stayed Monkey for a little bit longer. Overall, this is a pretty fun game. It's kind of fun to play dive and not get overly countered. And sure, the McCree counters me, but nobody's really helping the McCree. So he kind of just gets rolled by it. We do end up holding this just barely when we really shouldn't have. I noticed that we don't have any healers or anything on point, so I ult to hold the point. And our McCree is able to get some cleanup kills with it. And that ends the attack round of the enemy team.
Sorry it's such a mess in here. I wasn't expecting company.
So I wasn't really too worried about our attack since our defense is so good, but Gibraltar is infamous for getting stalled on that first point. We do play dive again because this first point especially is very dive heavy. Being able to get to the high ground control is extremely powerful. And it does look like we're just So this next game is on Ilios, and as you can see, we are still deep in the gold range for SR. I do believe that I play hog for this game. It is a large debate for me between Hug and Anna, because I enjoy playing Anna. The Egyptian lady just feels the most fun for me to play when I get to play a healer. So off the start here, I do pick their main healer. And Paul is kind of feeding into me, taking the fight against a Roadhog. The Lucio is out of position, with his team not engaging yet, and is quickly punished. I notice that they swapped to Reaper to deal with me and our monkey, and I do believe that they win this point because of that. It allows them to create the space that they need to take the engagement. Little do they know that Roadhog beats Reaper. If you notice here as I press tab, we are fighting the same 4-stack as earlier. I do feed into the window, which does 100% increase damage. So that's a little bit of my own fault. But looking at it now, which I didn't realize, they haven't gotten the point back yet, which is a little sad for them. I play the corner after hogging the ball because I'm afraid of getting shot when I get Discord Orb. And that is the first attack of this map. It didn't go too bad. So, for our next attack on this King of the Hill map called Ilios, I will again be playing a Roadhog because it went very well on our last map. I make a large mistake off the start here and did not expect their whole team to turn around on me. I did not think gold players were that smart, but they were. And I got try to kill her. But with the kill on their main tank, this wasn't a bad play. And I believe we are able to get the point off of this. Yeah. So they're up to 50%, which is a lot. I nearly one-hit that Reaper. And there's no way he's not salty about that hook. Flitting between two corners. At this point, I'm just keeping my awareness and looking for out-of-positional picks to keep the team fight in our favor. I notice the Farah in the back and rotate to get her, but quickly swap onto the out-of-position Torbjorn. Again, this should be a pretty staggered fight for them that we have won. Their team isn't doing bad so much as they're staggering into us after they lose one, and it's causing them to consistently lose the fight. It's a really dumb ult on my part. I think their Torbjorn is definitely one of the key factors of why they're losing this game. He keeps going in by himself without the team and losing the fight. But then again, I think we lost that round or that fight right there because I got hooked. Or no, I hooked and tried to fight them still, which let the Reaper wallop me. This Farah did not make the smartest move by trying to flank with only the Mercy, since everyone was able to turn around and punish her. We are ahead in this fight, and I think the ball knocking the hog saved my life. That was a pretty decent whole hog that should let them win the fight by displacing the Reaper's ult. I think about swapping to a faster hero, but then realize I probably wouldn't make it in time, or I'd still make it in time without it, and stay on hog. This round should have probably been lost. I have no idea how I stayed on there. It's a miracle. And I should have died there to the Reaper. Hawk can make some great plays, and I definitely think I put work in there to let us win that fight. And game 4 again against the 4-stack is another victory. I think that is the last time we see that 4-stack. So game 5 here, I do believe has a lever on the enemy team. It is one last time the 4-stack that I've been this game is, well, you'll see what happens. But, yeah, it's a bit unfortunate for the enemy team. But I do choose Sigma here because Sigma is very strong because of his ability to throw a rock to stun. Use his left shift to eat shots and have a shield. He has all of the tank abilities basically, except good high ground control. So at the beginning here, I think I do get dived really hard, and my supports don't help me, and it causes me to swap. I really don't like losing in a fight that if I had had a little support I would have won, and I thought I would have some. So I swapped Dog here to have that self-healing, to be able to be in the back lines like that without just getting rolled. And Dog has a little bit more control to him. Overall, in this beginning part here, we are getting completely rolled. They're running over us, and we are losing non-stop. I try to put some work in the Rhine to make him back up. a fight. Even 5v6, you're eventually gonna lose a fight, right? Especially when they take it 5v5, because I was dead. And, but once we regroup and group back up, there is only 5 of them, and we start to roll them again. This was a unfortunate placement game for the enemy team. But, yeah. It's kind of ironic that I fought the same team 4 times and beat them every time. No, wait, I think they were on my team the first game. And every game after that, they got beat. So here I picked one of their main healers. Well, their only healer. Which basically makes this fight over already. They just don't have the sustain for it. There's nothing they could do after that. I picked that. So this is their last push, and there's not a lot they can do. I don't think they have a lot of ults coming into this, and it's 5v6. They really have to make a play if they want to win this. And there is a wasted ult. As well as Reinhardt not really having any shield. They weren't able to touch. So, for 5v6, it was a little bit unfortunate for them, but you can't just give up the game, you know? It's not like they had a cheater, somebody DC'd, and I'm not just gonna quit playing. So let's see what happens on our attack. So here we go. We are playing Reinhardt, and our healer lineup is a little bit weak, but that's okay. Not everything's gonna be perfect, and it is cold. But I wanted to play Reinhardt. My main goal here was to take control of the high ground so that they were not as easily able to push us. I do get a little overly aggressive here and do die, but the Mercy gives me a second chance and I hold the high ground. I just don't like players being able to control that high ground off of us, right? Even if it was 6v6, I still would have done that. I'm just blocking off the torp here so we can't flake my other players. placement.